as he has done in the past and lead the council by example. The people in our council have utmost trust that in him he will provide them with the honest as displayed by him previously as our Honorable Executive Mayor. Congratulations, Mhlonishwa Ngwenya. We are now on item 6.3.2.1. Emakhazeni.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Our congratulations to the newly elected Executive Mayor, Babu Ngwenya. The next item is the acceptance speech by the Executive Mayor and the appointment of the members of the Mayoral Committee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ngwenya.
Honorable Speaker, through your indulgence, may I request just a few minutes as Mr. Katie Nkosi is still bringing the document. Honorable Speaker of Municipal Councillor, Councillor N.A. Mashele, the fellow councillors who are present in this council meeting, the former councillors of Emakhazeni local municipality who have graced this occasion, the municipal manager, Mr. Mtimunye George, the municipal officials who are present here, representative from the labor movement, political party representatives who have graced this occasion, the African National Congress in the region of Nkangala, represented by Comrade Andres Mabena, a representative from Kokta, members from Faith Fraternity, community members and structures, business community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Speaker, the 2021 local government elections have come and gone. The IEC declared these elections free and fair. Today marks exactly 23 days after the 5th local government elections, which were held on the 1st of November 2021 under the theme, Building Better Communities Together, close quote. Honorable Speaker, this theme clearly articulates what the ANC policy document, Strategy and Tactics stated previously, when it said, open quote, one of the most critical acts of the National Democratic Revolution is the creation of a legitimate state which derives its authority from the people, through regular elections and continuing popular participation in the processes of governance. Mobilized around a clear vision of the kind of society we wish to become, the nation should act in partnership, and each partner and sector contributing to the realization of the common good. The means should be put in place for citizens to exercise their human rights and for the checks and balances necessary in a law-governed society. The democratic state should also have the organized and technical capacity to realize these objectives, close quote. Madam Speaker, this vision finds expression in the National Development Plan, which is a blueprint of government, which states, I quote, "We, the people of South Africa, have journeyed far the long lines of our first democratic elections on the 27th of April 1994, when we elected a government for us all. We began to tell a new story then. We have lived and renewed that story along the way. Now, in 2030, we live in a country which we have remade," close quote. Madam Speaker, 66 years ago, the ANC, as the only national liberation movement which brought about liberation and democracy in South Africa, adopted a Freedom Charter document in 1955 in Kliptown. The ANC envisaged to building a national democratic society through a national democratic revolution. This is a society which have access to natural endowments. This society must have access to land. This society must have access to water. This society must have access to sanitation. This society must have access to road infrastructure. This society must have access to electricity. This society must have access to housing, access to education, access to health or quality health services, access to economic development, access to financial assistance, in particular the SMMEs. And finally, they must have job opportunities at their homes. Accordingly, today, South Africa is a better country than it was under colonial apartheid regime. Now, in 2030, we must have realized this vision and be living in a country which we have not only remade, but each one of us have actively participated in its reconstruction and development. In response to the above clarion call, Honorable Speaker, the ANC in its 2021 local government election manifesto clearly set out its achievements for the past 5 years and the commitments for the next 5 years to come. Out of 140 targets, this municipality achieved 133 targets, summarized as follows. This municipality achieved 98.99% on water services, 94.5% on sanitation, 89.2% on electricity, 84.7% on waste removal, 58.66% on road services, and human settlement backlog reduced to 2,350, which means in our list there are 2,350 people who are without houses in Emakhazeni. Furthermore, Honorable Speaker, the ANC pledged to do and be a better organization of continuing building a better life for all. Together, we pledge to deploy the action-oriented and honorable men and women like yourself today, who are committed to service delivery. We are pledging as the ANC to appoint professional staff members in the administration. We are pledging to deliver services promptly and consistently. We pledge to build safer and better and healthier communities in our society. We pledge to stimulate local economies to fight against the triple challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. We pledge to be available 24/7. All councillors of the ANC and councillors of the opposition party in this council chamber must be available 24/7. We pledge to listen to and have open channels of communication for all our community members. We pledge to remain accountable to the masses of our people. We pledge to form and sustain working partnerships with communities. We pledge to spare no effort in rooting out corruption and all forms of nepotism, malfeasance in our organization and in our municipality, and at all levels of administration. We will not tolerate any form of nepotism, any form of corruption in our administration. We will continue to work with the non-governmental organizations and the private sector in our society. Honorable Speaker, in this regard, a lifestyle audit for all councillors and our staff members must be undertaken without fear or favor to ensure that our municipality is free from corrupt activities and rebuild public confidence. People have told us during a campaign that we are corrupt. People have told us that we are corrupt, we are taking their monies. For us to be able to be free from such an allegation, we must have a lifestyle audit conducted, Honorable Speaker. Those doing business while employed by the municipality must not only declare, but must get authorization to do so from the municipal council. We will not allow any staff member to conduct business while employed by this municipality. They must first get an authorization from this municipality so that we are able to agree as a municipality or not, so that then we are able to restore the public confidence in our society. Madam Speaker, building better communities together requires of the municipality to act differently from the past 5 years. In the past 5 years, we observed underperformance on certain areas of our work and mediocrity in some of the departments, such as continuing to receive unfavorable audit outcomes from the Auditor General. That must change. Achieving less targets on the SDBIP, that must change. Under or over expenditure on budget votes, that must come to an end. That must come to an end. Attraction of unauthorized, irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure, that must come to an end. Sewer spillages across the municipality, that must be rectified. Potholes, that must be corrected. Roads not marked and inadequate road signages, that must be corrected. Outages on some services such as water, electricity, refuse removal, inadequate water supply to farming communities, long turnaround time for outages on service delivery, to mention but a few. Honorable Speaker, in the next 5 years, it will not be an easy road. It's going to be a rough 5 years. If you don't deliver, then there's no reason to have you in a position. If you can't deliver, there's no reason why you should be in this municipality. If you can't give us good governance, then you must equally leave this municipality so that you are able to employ capable people who will be able to service our communities moving forward. Madam Speaker, this is not the type of society we want to become in 2030. This is against the 2021 ANC pledge of deploying the action-oriented and honorable men and women who are committed to service delivery. We pledge to deliver services promptly and consistently. Anything outside the pledge of the ANC shall not be tolerated in the next 5 years. Time for talking is over and gone. Time for learning is over and gone. This municipality is not a training institution. It's not a university. It is a service delivery-oriented institution. We cannot have people who want to be trained and deliver nothing. We must deliver as councillors and the administration. We are action-orientated and committed to quality service delivery, Honorable Speaker. Consequence management shall be the order of the day. Moving forward, consequence management shall be the order of the day. We must account for our actions as councillors, as officials of our municipality. Madam Speaker, in building a national democratic society, we must develop a turnaround strategy considering factors such as reconfiguration of our administration, turnaround time during outages, professionalization of the municipality, promotion of moral and ethical leadership, revenue enhancement, advancing quality service delivery, forward planning must be the order of the day. We must plan now in 2029 for the projects that are going to be implemented on the 1st of July 2022. On the 1st of July, the dust must rise. We must have a dust on the 1st of July. Not that we are still on design, we are still on the tender, we are still on the process of tender. That is gone. We will not tolerate that thing. It is a mediocrity. We will not accept. We will not accept at all, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we must also, in advance, promote costing and budgeting of all our projects in advance. We must know the actual cost of all our projects in advance. Performance management and quality management must be the order of the day. We must have quality projects implemented by this municipality. We must not have shoddy projects and the community remain with a poor infrastructure. We will not accept that moving forward, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the past 5 years were about stabilization of service delivery to the masses of our people. The next 5 years will be about balancing good governance, financial and performance management, good leadership, legislative compliance, quality service delivery provision, and improved audit outcome from Auditor General of South Africa. In this regard, strong governance structures, Honorable Speaker, are required, such as audit committees, risk committee, internal audit, MPEC, Section 79 oversight committees, daily reconciliation, electronic record keeping must be efficient and effective. We must account daily. We must reconcile on daily basis how much has came into the account of the municipality. Where is a receipt? Keep the receipt. Keep the electronic system so that at the end of the day, we've got an audit file ready. I listen to Zoguti, aguna evidence, and then we are being disclaimed or disqualified by the Auditor General. Madam Speaker, regular capacity building sessions will be held to strengthen the committees of council. Councillors must go to school. And in this regard, Honorable Speaker, we want to applaud the ANC for introducing a mechanism of appointing qualified executive mayors. We want executive mayors with qualifications. We want executive mayor with matric. Go to school, honorable councillors. Use this 5-year term to go and capacitate yourself. This thing of councillors without skills, without knowledge, gradually is coming to an end. In the next 10 years, the ANC will not appoint any councillor without a matric. We need a matric plus so that you are able to understand these dynamics of administration. Honorable Speaker, compliance with financial norms and ratios shall be a non-negotiable factor in pursuit of a funded budget. This requires that the municipality's financial health must be at least on a ratio of 1:1. If our ratio is less than 1:1, the municipality is insolvent. Then we must close shop. We will not approve a budget which will be less than 1:1 financial norm and the ratios. We will only approve a budget which is 1:1 ratio, or which is compliant with a ratio of 1:1. This will assist us moving forward to have all our projects funded, so that we don't have a project which is not funded. And in this regard, all managers must manage their votes, and they must know their budget and their expenditures. This is a new measure that you're going to introduce moving forward as a municipality. Madam Speaker, during ANC door-to-door campaigns, We heard the masses of our people crying for better services. In the next 90 days in office, the following key tasks are going to be undertaken. 1, we are going to convene a budget steering committee meeting tomorrow, 10 o'clock, in my office. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, all the MMCs must be in my office. Ceremony inauguration. We are now councillors. I want you in my office tomorrow, so that we are able to discuss matters of service delivery. All of you must be in the office tomorrow, comrades. And the senior managers. Tomorrow we'll have a budget steering committee with all senior managers, so that we are able to look the financial matters of the municipality. 2, road markings and signage team must be activated at MM. We don't have signages, we don't have stop sign, our roads are not marked. We must correct that, MM, moving forward. Visit. We must visit all the wards with farms to monitor the supply and delivery of water starting on the 26th of November 2021 at Ward 1. Councillor of Ward 1, I want you in Ward 1 on Friday, 10 o'clock. From there, we'll go to another ward. We must go and see as to whether the trucks of the municipality are delivering water to our people. That program will be undertaken with the office of the Speaker and the honorable councillors. Honorable Speaker, it will be good that all the ward councillors join us so that they get orientated in terms of what is happening on the farms. Fourthly, we must undertake a cleaning campaigns. Our towns are dirty. Our towns are dirty. The grass is so long in our communities. We must go and activate the team that cut grass. We must undertake the cleaning campaigns, and that must be throughout the 5-year period. Gone is that issue to say when it is election time, then we will see ourselves performing. No, we perform from tomorrow. And that will be a program of all councillors moving forward. We must ensure that all high mass lights are fully functional across the municipality. No high mass light must be non-functional. I will be leading the team to count all the high mass lights and the street lights. All of them, they must be functional. We must also ensure that all street lights are functional in the next 100 days. We must also ensure that there is no sewer spillage across the municipality. Where there is a sewer spillage, managers responsible, I'm not going to talk. I've spoken in the past 5 years, I'm tired. There will be consequence management. Once I see a sewer spillage, you must know that you are in a high jump, because you are employed to fix all the problems in our society. So please, make sure that your teams are working before I arrive there. Because once I arrive there, the pope shall dance. The pope can dance. So make sure that you arrive before I arrive, where there is a problem. We must also ensure that the grading of gravel roads takes place. It is now raining. There should be no roads which has got a gravel road which is not graveled. All our roads must be graveled while we are coming with the paving, while we are coming up with the tar road. We must also intervene on some of the farms where there are still some of the farm owners who are giving trouble to our people on the farms. We will be there, we'll visit them, and we'll protect our communities on the farms. Honorable Speaker, as this is a new council, in the next 90 days, we must have started with the development of a new IDP. We must develop a new IDP in the next 90 days. As this municipality, we must have our new IDP moving forward. Therefore, we've got our manifesto, we are ready now. So we must follow all the processes of developing a new IDP to the latter. Come the 30th of March 2022, I want to approve a draft IDP, a draft new IDP, not amending an IDP. No. The old IDP is gone with the old councillors. This council must have its own new 5-year IDP approved on the 31st of May 2022. We must also develop a new evaluation role if our evaluation role is going to expire soon. We must start the process of developing a new evaluation role, and we must visit all the properties in Emakhazeni so that we are able to categorize them correctly, bill our people according to the correct evaluation role. That's what is going to happen in the next 90 days. Honorable Speaker, in the next 90 days, we must develop a new credible budget. We must develop a new credible budget. A credible budget that will be having backup or cashback funding from our municipal bank account. We must have the budget that is backed up by the municipal account. We cannot have a wish list of projects in our budget. That matter is a thing of the past and is gone with the old councillors. The new councillors will have a credible budget moving forward. And we must know where do we stand as a municipality moving forward. In the next 90 days, Honorable Speaker, we must ensure revenue enhancement. We are aware that there is a challenge in Dalstrom and Sakelwe. People are not paying. The payment level is very low. We know that Mkwenya, the payment level in Mkwenya is very low. We know that some of our communities are not paying. We must correct that with immediate effect. People must pay for the services. You use and you pay. And Honorable Speaker, I'm told that in Extension 2 here in town, there are still some of the households which have got a conventional electricity meters. We must remove them and put a prepaid. It's a resolution of this council to say all the households must have a prepaid meters so that then we don't have to run after people wanting to read or to take the meters on the conventional meters. We must go to Extension 2 and make sure that we change all those conventional meters. We must also ensure that the oversight report development is ready by the 30th of March 2022, and also ensure that budget adjustment is done in accordance with the law of this country. Honorable Speaker, we are going to sign performance contracts with all the MMCs. All the MMCs who are going to be appointed to work in my office, you're going to sign a contract. If you don't perform, I've got the job of relieving you of your duty. You will be relieved of your duty, and we are going to appoint new MMCs if you fail to implement that contract. That contract must be implemented as urgent as possible. You must assist my office through your legal department. Next week, Wednesday, I want all the contracts ready so that they can be able to be signed by the MMCs. This equally must go to the councillors, Honorable Speaker. All what councillors must sign a contract with your office so that every day they must know that they must go and work in the community. Councillors must have a program of making sure that we resolve the problems that are confronting our people on daily basis. You are not a councillor to collect check, but you are a councillor to make sure that we create a better life on daily basis. We must create a national democratic society which have access to all the things that I spoke about. Honorable Speaker, in the next 90 days, we will be considering cascading performance management system down to all the levels in the municipality. A cleaner must have a contract. As ukuthi uma vuke ekseni uzokwenzani, uzoshanela ini. Uyashanela, uclean ama toilet, it must be clean. Even the general workers, They must know ukuthi ekseni mabangena bayothutha umlotha, mabayongena bayosika utshani, mabangena bayovala ama pothole. Gone is the thing yokuthi bazawusebenza as and when they want. We are going to sign a performance contract with all the staff members. Simple. We sign a contract of employment. We just convert it into your performance agreement. And we say, you must live up to that. No town, no unit must be filthy. All our town must be clean. Moving forward, Honorable Speaker. Madam Speaker, let us take this opportunity to congratulate all political parties which actively participated in the 2021 local government elections and thus ensured the maturity of our hard-won democracy. We congratulate the IEC for managing the most difficult elections under a new normal resultant from COVID-19 pandemic, and the elections were thus declared free and fair. We further congratulate the ANC as the ruling party in the country for winning majority of municipalities in South Africa, and most importantly, Emakhazeni local municipality, with the attainment of 63.9%, which is a strong showing of confidence by the masses of our people to the ANC-led municipality. We must not take this for granted. We must live up to the ANC pledge to improve the quality of lives of our people moving forward. Indeed, the masses of our people have spoken, and this was also confirmed by Amica Cabral when he had this to say, I quote, "Hide nothing from the masses of our people. Tell no lies. Expose lies wherever they are told. Mask no difficulties, mistakes, failures. Claim no easy victories. Claim no easy victories," close quote. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, the truth has been told in the 2021 local government elections that the ANC is still enjoying a support. And of course, we must also congratulate Steve Tshwete. Steve Tshwete, the ANC in Steve Tshwete, has again retained that municipality. And accordingly, all municipalities in the region of Nkangala are led by the ANC. We are very happy as the ANC in this regard. You're not like Joburg and other metros. Honorable Speaker, the ANC mandate has been renewed for the next 5 years, and we are not in coalition with any political party here. The ANC is in majority. But what we want to promote in this council is working in partnership, irrespective of being an opposition party. But the opposition party must know that the ANC is in charge here. That's a message. That's a message. They must know that the ANC is in charge. And we don't share power. We don't share political power. You work for the political power. You work for the political power. For now, maybe next time we'll be in the opposition bench, Skosana. But for now, kupete now we are Gwa's law. But we congratulate you, Ogote, improve from 1 to 3. We congratulate you for that. And of course, we sympathize with DA. You collapse from 3 to 2. But of course, that's the nature of politics. When we're politicking, we are expecting such outcomes from time to time. Honorable Speaker, we reconvict ourselves to live up to the spirit of the Freedom Charter, the ANC Manifesto, and the pledge to strive together, sparing neither strength nor courage until the democratic changes set out therein have been won. Our people deserve better, irrespective of a color, black, Indian, white. They deserve better from us as the councillors. Ons moet samenwerk mevrou. Ons moet samenwerken. Zodat die toekomst, ons toekomst, moet beter wees. En ons moet hard werken. Welkom bij Emakhazeni Municipality. Madam Speaker, our door-to-door campaigns have revealed the expectations of our people insofar as good leadership is concerned. They expect collective leadership which will deliver services to them. We must not falter in ensuring that we work as a collective. We work as a united front and a united force. Accordingly, Kwame Nkrumah, in one of his writings, Africa, he had this to say, I quote, Africa needs a new type of a citizen, a dedicated, modest, honest, and informed men and women. A man and women who submerges self in a service to the nation and humankind. A man and woman who abhors greed and detest vanity. A new type of a man and a woman whose humility is their strength and whose integrity is their greatness, close quote. With the powers vested in me, I now appoint the following dedicated, modest, honest, and informed men and women who submerges self in service to the nation and humankind. I appoint Councillor S.S. Mtimunye for Finance, LED, and IDP Department. Secondly, I appoint Councillor J.M. Mabila for Infrastructure Planning and Social Development Department. Lastly, I appoint Councillor Nhlanhla Nkosi for Corporate Services and Transversal. We are amending that department, it will be Corporate Services and Transversal, so that it's also dealing with transversal issues moving forward. As members of the mayoral committee, your roles and responsibilities, amongst others, will be to advise the office of the executive mayor, and you'll have to sign a performance agreement with the executive mayor. In this regard, mediocrity and absenteeism will not be tolerated and celebrated. You are expected to be full-time in the office. Your offices are here. When people come here, they must find you in your office. You can't work from home. You must, on daily basis, report for duty. No absenteeism shall be allowed. You absent yourself, you do that at your own peril. This, Honorable Speaker, we must act in line with what Amika Cabral said. Amika Cabral said, always bear in mind that the people are not fighting for ideas, for the things in anyone's head. They are fighting to win material benefits, to live better and to live in peace, to see their lives going forward, to guarantee the future of their children, close quote. Honorable members, as we are here, we must guarantee the future of our children and the nation. Our duty is to make the lives of the people for better and for better and for better. This, Honorable Speaker, summarizes our roles and responsibilities as council, and let's act as such. Special thanks go to the outgoing collective councillors of Emakhazeni for a job well done in the past 5 years. You have laid a solid foundation, and ours is to continue with a long walk journey of building a better life for all. We wish you a great success in your new endeavors of continuing to build a better life for all. Madam Speaker, the ANC remains a revolutionary national liberation movement, a disciplined force of the left, and the leader of all democratic forces and the society at large. Comrade Lee Duan, a communist international, described this better when he said, I quote, "A wise political line produces good caterers." Let me repeat this. A wise political line produces good cadres. Cadres that are trained and mature under a wise line. On the other hand, they take part in the making and development of the line. They also ensure the realization of the line. Without competent cadres, even though we had worked out a line, it will be useless. If there is no political line, even if it can be there, but if we have not trained and capacitated these honorable councillors, that line becomes useless because it will not serve any purpose. If cadres are good and able, they not only help to carry the line creatively, but also contribute to its development, close quote. In this regard, we would like to thank the ANC as a ruling party for the privilege given to us, particularly myself, to lead for the second time, for the next term, which means it will be the 10 years. I want to appreciate the privilege that the ANC is giving to me and the entire collective to lead our people to a national democratic society. And we want also to thank the ANC for having allowed us to take part in the development of a party line, to accelerate the building of a better life for all. Finally, I want to wish this collective a happy stay as a happy family. Let's work as a collective. Let's serve our people. Let us be the masses of our people. Let us change the lives of our people. Our people's hopes are in our hands. Change your administration to focus to the pledge of the ANC. Let's work as a team. Let's improve the life of the people. The ANC lives, the ANC leads. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Executive Mayor. Honorable Councillors, the Honorable Executive Mayor has spoken to us. We are now moving to the next item, Emakhazeni.
We are now on item 05/11/2021, which deals with the election of the Whip of Council. The report is contained on pages 6 to page 7 of the agenda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councillors. There are recommendations there. Can SP Mtimunye, your name has been nominated for the position of the Whip of the Council for Emakhazeni Local Municipality. Are you available?
Speaker of Emakhazeni also joined to say congratulate Ubabu Tidingwenya as the Executive Mayor for second term. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, I do accept. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the acceptance. We are moving to the next item, Emakhazeni. Thank you very much, Honorable Councillors. Can I draw your attention to this item and invite you to entertain the item? Honorable Lukele.
We wanted to move for 1 and 2 as per the recommendation, and item 3 and 4, Madam Speaker, as we've discussed before, we will have to remove these 2 items. Recall that in our first matter we discussed on this matter. Thank you very much. I so submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kele. Did you capture that, Emakhazeni?
Yes, Honorable.
Thank you. Can I get a seconder to that? Honorable Mahlangu. Thank you very much. We're moving to the next item. Emakhazeni.
The next item, Honorable Speaker, is item 07/11/2021, is the establishment of municipal oversight committees.
Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, let's entertain the item. Honorable Kele.
Madam Speaker, I move for the name of Councillor Desmond Matangu for the chairperson of this committee. And note also the recommendation as they are.
Thank you very much. Recommendation number 3 calls for members, if there are any, if we want to add members of the Municipal Public Accounts Committee. The name of Honorable D. Mahlangu has been proposed as the chairperson of MPEC. Can I get names of members, if there are any? I see the hands of Honorable Masego. Thank you very much. The name of Honorable D.M. I know that name, Didi. Honorable Hepburn. Yes, the name of Honorable Hepburn is being brought forward as a member of the committee. Honorable Mtimunye, your hand was up. Honorable MMC.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Let me start by greeting you and at the same time congratulate you, as well as greeting the Honorable Executive Mayor and congratulating the Honorable Executive Mayor for your second and last term. and also greeting the MM and the Council, all MMCs that are here. And honorable councillors, members of the gallery, we were informed that in our midst we have got officials from OCTA and also the outgoing councillors or our former colleagues. We worked with them so well, Honorable Speaker. And also greet our VIP guests and invited guests, all senior managers, IEC officials and municipal officials. A very, very good afternoon. Honorable Speaker, we would also like to add members in this committee. As I can see that the space is equals to 4 members. Therefore, can I, with your indulgence, submit 2 names, the name of Siapin Timuni, Councillor Honorable Siapin Timuni, as well as Honorable Tembankan from this committee as members. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have now 4 honorable councillors. We have Honorable Mahlangu as the chair, Honorable Hepburn, Honorable Lukele, and Honorable Mtimunye. Can I get a seconder to the proposed names? Honorable Nkosi. Oh, sorry, before that, MM.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May we take this opportunity through yourself, Honorable Speaker, to advise that in as much as there are 4 bullets there, they may not necessarily all be filled. In terms of the provided section in the Municipal Structures Act, any committee of this council in respect of the proposed committee may not exceed the number of members of the mayoral committee, with the exclusion of the mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, MM, for the advice. Honorable councillors, the MM has advised us. You remember that we only have 3 honorable MMCs, meaning we must have 3 members, a chair and 3 members. Yeah, no, we are still in order. Is chair and 2 members or chair and 3 members? Let the MM advise, honorable councillors.
Thank you very much. The provision says the members of this committee may not exceed the members of the mayoral committee, with the exclusion of the executive mayor. In this regard, we have the chairperson of MPEC. We cannot appoint 4 members. If I'm correct, we cannot appoint 4 members. There must be 3 members, all in all, with the chairperson, then there must be 4. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Then we are still in order, honorable councillors. Honorable MMC Nkosi, you wanted to second the item? Thank you very much. We're moving to the next item, Emakhazeni. Thank you very much, honorable councillors. Let's entertain the item. Honorable Executive Mayor. Honorable Executive Mayor, honorable councillors, the item is still open for discussion. Honorable Mtimunye.
Yeah, thanks, Honorable Speaker. I'll join the Executive Mayor to add on the following: that under Finance, ITP and LED Section 79 Committee, I want to elect Honorable Demande as the chair. Under Infrastructure Planning Social Development, Honorable Lukele as the chair. Under Corporate Services and Transversal, Councillor Nkosi, Nontaka Nkosi, Councillor California Nkosi as the chair. Thank you, Chair. Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, the item is still open for discussion. Honorable Kele.
No, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to speak on 2 committees. The first one, it will be the finance. Just want to put or add members to that committee. Or it will be, yeah. I want to add 1 comrade by the name of Councillor Siapi Mtimunye to be part of that committee. And on the next one, your technical, the name of Councillor California to be part of that committee, and the name of Councillor Soli to be part of that committee. And the last committee, to add another 2 names, the name of Siapim Timunye, Councillor Siapim Timunye to be there, and the name of Mande Soli to be part of that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lukele. You are proposing that finance, the chair is Honorable Ndimande, members is Honorable Lukele and Mtimunye SP. Then technical, the chair is Honorable Lukele, members is Honorable Nkosi C and Honorable Ndimande. And corporate, you are saying the chair will be Honorable Nkosi C, members is Honorable Mtimunye SP and Honorable Ndimande. Honorable councillors, are we fine or want to add other members? Honorable Hippen. To which committee? Thank you very much. The name of Honorable Maseko is added to Finance Committee. Honorable Skosana. Thank you very much, Honorable Skosana. Can I then get a mover? Oh, the item was moved. Can I get the seconder? But before that, the Honorable Executive Mayor want to advise.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As we do Councillor Skosana is nowhere here in all the committees, so let's rectify that. I'm happy with the DA, Democratic Alliance, all members are participating in the committees. Only Councillor Skosana and who else? Only Skosana must be allocated the responsibility. He cannot sleep on duty. He must work. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Executive Mayor, for the advice. Honorable Skosana, I'm giving you the opportunity again.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think the last committee, it's obvious it's a cooperative executive tonight.
Thank you very much. Can I get a seconder to that? Honorable Mahlangu. Honorable Mahlangu.
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. We're moving to the next item, Memazane.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The next motion is motion 09/11/2021. Is the election and appointment of council representatives to Ngangala District Municipality. The report is contained on page 12 to page 13.
Thank you very much. As advised by the MM, we want to call the municipal elections electoral office to come and assist us with this item. Thank you. Mr. Sindani say.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to greet yourself, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Executive Mayor, of course newly appointed, the Honorable Councillors, the Municipal Manager, the representative from Kokta, as delegated, Salga, the social partners, all minds present here. I'm aware that Exaro is here, Msimbiti, officials of the municipality, all protocols observed. Well, I think the very first thing, Honorable Speaker, that I must highlight is that the process that we are going to go through, it's the process in terms of the legislation that must be conducted by the Chief Electoral Officer of the IEC. That is Mr. Mamabolo. Well, accordingly, I have been delegated to execute that task on his behalf. Number two, it's very important that before we conduct the process, we declare that this be a voting station so that we preside over the process accordingly, so that the speaker is no longer presiding over the session. It's the IEC that's presiding over the session. Then, Honorable Speaker, I will proceed to indicate that as delegated, I am Chiloho Lucas Opasindane, the Municipal Electoral Officer, as we have indicated. Now, the purpose of this session, firstly, in terms of the legislation, when all the voters in the country went to the polls on the 1st of November, they were electing, or they have elected, 40% of the councillors that must serve at a district level. Now, in terms of the legislation, 60% of the councillors must be elected in these sittings. Now, this is one of the sittings in the country that will elect part of the 60%. And accordingly, in terms of the establishment, Section 12 notice by the MEC for Kokta, this municipality has been designated to have 2 representatives. Now, it's important that one indicates that because there are different processes. The process is guided in terms of Schedule 2 of the Municipal Structures Act. If we have got 1 representative, obviously it will be nominations that will be speaking to councillors. But if we have got more than 1 representatives, and it will be nominations that will be speaking to PR. And I know that we don't have PR lists. So accordingly, as delegated, I hereby call for before I call for, it's important that I must have mentioned that we have got officials of the IEC. We have got 2 colleagues that are with me that will assist the IEC in terms of conducting this process. Can I request that you stand up, they see you, Winnie Tomo. And then we have got also Mr. Viginkosi. Can I request that you stand up, they see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then to elect the 2 representatives that will be going to district, the process will be like this. It's important that I explain it because previously we had some challenges. It's important that we explain the process. The process will be as follows. Schedule 2 of the Municipal Structures Act directs that we will take the total number of councillors, and we know that we have got 15 here, and divide that by the 2 seats that are allocated. And that will give us 7.5. Now we add 1. When we add 1, it gives us 8.5. The legislation directs that we must disregard the fraction. So we'll have 8 as a number. So 8 will be our quota. So from the lists that will be submitted to ourselves as the IEC, the total number of votes that are going to be casted here will be divided by 8. Then that fraction will give us the number of councillors that will then be going to represent the Emakhazeni at a district level. Furthermore, I don't know whether I should repeat that, but it's a simple mathematical process which we'll do that as we go through. Now, it's very important that one also mentions that in terms of the legislation, should there be a tie, when the fraction is exactly the same, as the IEC, we are directed to refer the matter to COCTA, which is one of the reasons why Ubabu Kumalo is here. Babu Kumalo, can you stand so that they see you? Babu Kumalo is here to represent the MEC for COCTA, so that if there is a tie, we'll refer it to COCTA, and then COCTA will direct that we can conduct the lots to decide the councillor that will be taking the position. Now, I am going to call for the officials to issue the nomination forms. And on the nomination forms, again, I repeat, it will not be individual names of councillors, but it will be in the format of APR. So you'll give us a list. We will be working on a list. In doing the nomination, a party or a councillor may not submit more than 1 list. Candidates' names must appear on the list in order of preference. Maybe I should repeat that one. Candidates' names must appear on the list in order of preference. So, once we receive the list, if in that list there is only 1 representative, then the one that is number 1 will be taken. But honorable councillors, I think it's common sense that we will not submit very long lists, considering that we've got only 2 positions allocated in terms of the Section 12 notice. The name of a councillor may only appear in one list. Parties and councillors must seek to ensure that at least 50% of candidates are women and that men and women candidates are evenly distributed through the list. Now, those are guidelines that we are indicating in terms of submitting the list. Now, we are then taking this opportunity and opening the session for nominations, and all nominations must be signed. Can I request the officials to then issue nomination forms so that nominations can be made, and all persons that, or all honorable councillors that shall be nominated must then sign for acceptance of nominations. Babu Dlamini? All right. We have issued. All right. We will then give you some time so that you can consider the process. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Executive Mayor, you are free to mingle with the councillors in the process of establishing the party lists or the nomination lists. Shall we then establish the list or conclude the nominations? Once we have concluded the nominations, I will request that we submit same to the IEC officials. Honorable councillors, can I repeat? Noting that we have got more than one representative as determined in the Section 12 notice, your list must contain the nominated in order of preference. If in your list you want to put 3 candidates, which is not necessary because we have got 2 positions in the list, but put the 2 in that list and submit, or let them also sign the nomination. We are not putting unnecessary or undue pressure on the honorable councillors. When we're done with our list, shall we submit to the IEC officials? Can I confirm that we have received all the lists? If there are still councillors, remember we say it's a party or a councillor. If any councillor or a party want to submit nominations, you are free to do so. So we will put all the nominated parties or lists that we have received on the board, so that if there is any councillor or party that still wants to submit a list, they may indicate so. Honorable councillors, we have received PR lists from the following: 1 ANC, 2 DA, 3 EFF. That is in alphabetical order. Do we have any other nominations that we want to add? It's going once. It's going twice, and we are closing nominations. Nominations are closed. We are accordingly going to prepare a ballot paper. Can give us just a few minutes. We'll prepare a ballot paper quickly to allow for the councillors to vote. And equally, we will then set up the voting station such that it allows the councillors to vote secretly. So we must vote secretly. Your vote is your secret. We want to ensure that the process is free and fair. So, colleagues, can we then set up the chamber such that councillors can, I think we will explain the processes once we have done the setting up. Let's set up. I think so lapha kule tafla la siphokas asilisebenzisa as i-voters roll and issue a ballot paper. Must go. Honorable councillors, whilst the team is setting up, let me quickly take this opportunity and explain the process once more, just to allay any doubts and ensure that we are all happy with the process. What is going to happen, maybe in 7 seconds. What is going to happen is that the number of councillors, we are going to take the number of councillors, right, and divide that, the allocated seat to district, that's the allocated seats to district, all right, and then everything we add 1. Then the total will give us what we call a quota. That is in terms of Schedule 2 of the Municipal Structures Act. So the total number of councillors, we have got 15. And then the number of seats that we have to the district, we have got 2. So 2 goes into 15 7 times, and the remainder is 1. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Okay? Then we have got 7.5. Then what we are going to do, we add that 1. Then that gives us 8.5. Okay? That gives us 8.5. Now, the Structures Act further dictates that we ignore the fraction when we develop. It's only when we work on the quota. We ignore the fraction only now. Okay? So here we are going to ignore the fraction. So our quota will be 8. Okay? Then any number of votes that we are going to get here after you have voted, we are going to take, noting that we have closed nominations, we have got list from the 3 parties, then we are going to take your votes, your total number of votes, and divide them by a quota. All right? Then that will give us, let's say an answer to that becomes, because we have got 2 seats, 1,3 whatever. Okay? Then the next party maybe receives 0,7 and. So what we do in the allocation, we look at the first number. First number, if it's 1, we take this 1 because it's more than 0 or it's bigger than 0. Then your party will be allocated 1 seat. All right? Then we go to the second allocation. Now, we will be done with this. We don't come here again. We go to the surplus. The Act calls it a surplus. Then we go to the surplus. In the surplus, we check the highest surplus. You can't say, no, I was 1,3. 1,3 is bigger than comma 7. No, we are done with the 1 here. We are now in the surplus. In the surplus, 3 becomes smaller than 7, so this party might be given 1 seat. Then you have got a total of 2 seats. It's decided. Then we go to the list that you have given us. Let's say this is party A and this is party B. In the list, PR list that you have given us, that is why we stressed it that you must give us in order of preference. If we have put in 2 candidates, we take number 1 in the list that you have just given us now. Number 1 will then be declared elected councillor for party A. And then on this party B, we also go to their list. Number 1 will be declared elected for party B. So that's how the process is going to unfold. So we are now almost ready to allow the councillors to vote. I will hand over to Usiswini to take us through the voting process.
Good afternoon. The process that we are going to follow, we are going to use that table for the voters' roll. Remember, guys, only councillors are supposed to vote. Then we are going to start there. We check the voters' roll, we issue the ballot papers. And then thereafter, you go to the ballot booth there. You put your cross or whatever that you are going to put. Remember, we're coming from the local government elections. Any mark or any sign is a mark for that, as long as it's aligned to that particular party. And then this is the ballot box that we are going to use. You can see all of you, it's empty. It's empty, there's nothing inside. So we are going to seal this ballot box. They are laughing. They were saying we didn't, that this ballot box is empty. Now they saw it, they are laughing. After that, after you've made your mark, you take your ballot paper, you insert it in the ballot box. When we are all finished voting, we are going to take the ballot box and count the votes. And then we are going to work according to what the MEO was saying here. And I don't know, we've got the...
Yeah, I just want to check in terms of the party agents. Appointment of the party agents.
No, that is correct. IEC believes in an open and transparent process. So, but now during the voting, I think we are all here, all councillors will be here seated. When we are counting, we shall allow only 1 party agent to observe the counting process and the finalization of the processes as councillors are declared elected to district.
Thank you, MEO. So for the protocol of the COVID, we were supposed to use sanitizer for each and every person after they voted with the pen. But I think every one of us has got a pen with them. I will suggest that we use our own pens so that we don't always sanitize and sanitize. It's gonna waste our time, ne? If we agree. Okay, so over to you.
Honorable councillors, well, unfortunately, during the voting processes, it dictates that I must treat all honorable councillors as honorable councillors. So can I then allow the honorable councillors to start? You can go to the first table that side. So how we are going to do it, we will walk from that side, start from the table. We will have a voters roll there. Our voters roll is the gazetted list of councillors in terms of the relevant gazette as issued. So we'll go to the gazetted list of councillors, then your name will be ticked off, then you will proceed to receive a ballot paper, then accordingly you will vote as such. Can I request that the honorable councillors then do so? As we do so, we observe the social distance and all the COVID protocols. Thank you, honorable councillors. I think all the honorable councillors have voted. If there is an honorable councillor that has not voted, shall we then indicate so? Dlamini, all councillors that are gazetted, did they vote? Okay. Then, honorable councillors, we are accordingly going to declare this voting station closed. And we want to announce that the counting will take place in the next room, next door. That is the entertainment center. Can we accordingly request that we have one party agent? It's not compulsory. If party agents are not there, we'll proceed. But each party is afforded an opportunity to send one party agent to represent the party in the counting process. Officials, can we take the ballot box and move to the entertainment center? Thank you so much again for concluding the voting process.
Honorable councillors, we continue with the meeting. Yes, get party agents. Please get party agents. Okay, no, you can go.
Honorable councillors, we are back from the counting station and we will declare the results and the councillors that will be elected. Accordingly, the lists.
Can we request that the party agents recall all the voters back to the station before we declare the election?
Shall the party agents do so, please? All right, but in the interest of time, can I request that we conclude the process? Maybe they will find us in the process of finalizing, or they will learn from the other councillors that they have been elected. Honorable councillors and members of the public, we had 3 PR lists that were submitted to the IEC, and from the 3 PR lists that were submitted to the IEC, the results were as follows. On the ANC, we had 10 votes, and DA received 0. And the EFF received 5 votes. So that's a total of 15 councillors. All right? Now, when we go to the same process we explained earlier, then total votes for ANC is 10. We divide it by 8. And your answer there will be 1.25. Total votes here is 0 divided by 8. That will be 0. Total votes here is 5 divided by 8. That gives us 0.625. Is that my right, Lamin? Okay. Now those are the totals. Now, in the allocation of the 2 seats as determined in the Section 12 notice for this municipality, we said in the first allocation we look at the numbers before the comma. Number before the comma, here we've got 1, and here we've got 0, and here we've got 0. So accordingly, the ANC will receive the first allocation. So the first allocation will go to the African National Congress. In the list that we have received from the nominations, number 1 in the African National Congress is Councillor Thomas Ngwenya. So accordingly, we declare Councillor Thomas Ngwenya as elected district councillor. Now, Schedule 2 of the Structures Act says after we have allocated, we go to the surplus then. Then we compare the surpluses. On the surplus, here we've got a 2, here we've got a 0, And then, let me make them the same. I've got 3 here, 3 there, 3 there. So here I've got 2, a 0, and then a 6. So obviously a 6 will be bigger than a 2. Then accordingly, the next seat will go to the EFF. And in the list that was given to the Independent Electoral Commission, number 1 on the list is Councillor Sizani Isaacs Kosana. Accordingly, Councillor Sizani Isaacs Kosana is declared elected councillor for the district. Honorable councillors, that concludes the business of the IEC for this session. And we thank you so very much for affording the IEC the opportunity to conclude its work. And again, thank you so very much. Officials of the IEC, thank you so very much for conducting the work so diligently. And we are then concluding our process as such. Thank you. We can hand over back to the Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, MEO, Mr. Sindani, and your IEC team. Honorable councillors, can we then confirm the recommendations as presented in the item that Honorable Councillor Ngwenya and Honorable Councillor Skosana are going to represent us to the district municipality? Let's entertain the item. Honorable Mtimunye, SP. Thank you very much. Before any secondment, let's give MM the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, we just want to advise so that we don't live with Honorable House with a wrong perception. The councillors so elected are not representing parties to the district. They represent the Municipal Council of Emakhazeni at the district municipality. And accordingly, they will be appointed by the Speaker and a letter be signed off and be sent to the district as early as tomorrow so as to allow the district to convene its inaugural council sitting. Remember, in terms of the schedule, the councillors elected here and all other municipalities around the district, you form the majority of councillors in the district. Without you, the district may not be able to convene and have its inaugural meeting. And accordingly, the deployed or elected councillors to represent council at the district, in terms of the directives of the Speaker, you will be duly required to prepare a quarterly report for consideration by council. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, MM. That was loud and clear. Can I get a seconder? Honorable MMC Mtimunye. Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, the Honorable Executive Mayor, and the August House, allow me to acknowledge the presence of Umhlonishwa, MEC Human Settlement, who is also the ANC Regional Chairperson, our leader, in the region, Comrade Speedy Mashilo. You are welcome, Comrade Speedy. Thank you very much for attending this sitting. We are moving to the next item. Mematsane.
We are on motion 10/11/2021 is the establishment of ethics, rules and programming committee. The report is on pages 13 to page 14 of the agenda.
Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, I'm presenting the item before your good self. Let's entertain the item. Honorable Ntlapo. Thank you very much. The name of Honorable Councillor Skosana has been nominated. Honorable Skosana, are you available? Thank you. The item is still open for discussion. Honorable Mahlangu, we are noted. Honorable Ben. Yeah, no, I'll get used to the surname. Don't worry. We know you as Didi. That's the problem. Yeah. Okay, you are noted. Honorable Mahlang. Thank you very much. The name of Honorable SP Mtimonye. You are nominated, Honorable Mtimonye. Are you available?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am available.
Thank you very much. We're only left with one position here. And Honorable Didi. Thank you very much. The name of Honorable Councillor Maseko. Honorable Maseko, are you available? Thank you very much. We did very well with this item, Honorable Councillors. And it's clear there that the chairperson of this committee is the speaker. We are then moving to the next item, Mematsane.
The next motion deals with the adoption of the delegation of powers for council committees and public office bearers. The report is contained on pages 14 to page 17.
Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, the item is presented before your good selves. Honorable MMC Mtimonye. Thank you very much, Honorable MMC. Can I get a seconder? Honorable MMC Mabila. Thank you. We are moving to the next motion, which is Part B.
Honorable Speaker, we are now moving to Part B of the agenda. The first item there is motion 12/11/2021 is the Code of Conduct for Councillors. The report is on pages 18 to page 19.
Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, the item is for noting, and the office of the speaker will make sure that we print a pockets book for honorable councillors so that you familiarize yourself with the code of conduct for councillors. Now that the item is for noting, are we agreeing to take the item as is agreed to? Thank you very much. Next motion.
It's motion 13/11/2021 is the standing rules and orders for the meetings of the council and committees of council. The report is on page 19.
Thank you very much. The same, the Office of the Speaker will make sure, honorable councillors, that we provide you with the standing rules and orders so that you familiarize yourself with, and the item is for noting. We agree to note the item, agree to? Thank you. Next motion.
Motion 14/11/2021 is the report on remuneration of political office bearers. The report is contained on page 20 to page 22 of the agenda.
Thank you very much, honorable councillors. This item is for consideration. Can I then allow you to entertain the item? Honorable MMC Mtimunye. Thank you very much. Seconder to that, Honorable Lukele. Thank you. Next motion.
Is the report on the remuneration of outgoing councillors during the transitional period in 2021. The report is on pages 23 to 25.
Thank you very much, honorable councillors. The item is for consideration, and we must also thank Honorable outgoing Gomane and Honorable Hatebe. They are both here to bless this occasion. We really appreciate you present, our outgoing councillors. Let us then entertain the item, honorable councillors. Honorable MMC Mabila.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. As you have said, we must thank outgoing Councillor Gumane and Councillor Hatebe. Thank you very much for the job well done in telling recommendations they are.
Thank you very much. A seconder to that, Honorable Mtimunye. Thank you very much. We are moving to the next motion, Emakhazeni.
We are on motion 16/11/2021 is the report on the rollout and implementation of a once-off gratuity to eligible non-returning councillors post the 2021 local government elections. The report is on page 26 to page 28.
Thank you very much, honorable councillors. The item is for noting. We agree to note the item. Agree to? Thank you. Next motion.
The next motion is the report on social protection and empowerment plan for councillors. It's contained on pages 28 to page 31 of the agenda.
Thank you very much, honorable councillors. Let's entertain the item. The item is for consideration. Honorable MMC Mtimunye.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We do take the recommendations that were made.
Thank you very much. Can I get a seconder to that? Honorable MMC Nkosi. Thank you. We are going back to our agenda. Emakhazeni.
The next report, Honorable Speaker, is motion 18/11/2021 is the political handover report. The report is contained on pages 31 to page 33.
Thank you very much. I believe, honorable councillors, we all have the handover reports. Am I correct? Thank you very much. Can we then let us entertain the item? There are recommendations there, honorable councillors. The report is there.